Hello, hello, people. What is going on? Hello, hello. All right, this is great. We're live already. I look very white and washed out here. Hold on. That's a little bit better. This is going to be a quick one today. I got a few questions that were sent in. This is partly going to be helpful around the keyword golden ratio and what do you do if you get values over 1? And then the other part is going to be a slight rant about asking questions and a good way to do it. So I hope you can have patience with me with my little rant here. So, number 1, I am going to mention, and you can say hello in the chat. I'm going to say what I want to say, and then we're going to hop over to the chat for a second. And before I get into it, I will mention that I published a few videos on the age site case study today. So if you're unfamiliar, if you haven't seen those videos yet, check out the channel. I have a few videos in there. I just created a playlist as well. So I'll try and add everything to that. So keep an eye out for it. Okay, so here I got a few emails from someone. So like I said, I'm gonna partially rant. There's gonna be like helpful information peppered in here, and I'm gonna give some tips as well. All right, so I'm gonna give some tips as well, and I'm disguising the person's name, and we'll say that their name is Pam Beasley. So Pam Beasley wrote in and sent a couple questions. Said this, and of course I'm going to not give any specific keywords or anything like that. So, number 1, there were a few emails sent. So, I'm just going to critique this. And if Pam, if you're on, which I just sent you an email to let you know, if you're on or if you're watching later, just take all this in good spirits. I'm not complaining directly at you or anything like that, but I just want to mention it. Okay. So, number 1, I got like 3 to 4 emails from Pam, and it was more like a text message exchange, like a chat. So my inbox is kind of a mess. Actually, it's getting much better because I've gotten help with it. But the interesting thing is, I don't like getting messages, especially when it's just like short little back and forth. That's not the intent of how I'm trying to handle my email messages. So if I get like short little messages and you didn't consolidate your thoughts, I'm not happy about it. I do what I can. I'm happy that people want to listen to me and talk to me and all that. But if I'm getting like a ton of messages, I'm like, oh, that kind of sucks. I don't want a ton of messages. What if everybody does that? I get like a dozen emails a day from just random people. And I was like, what if everybody did like 2 or 3 messages? It explodes your inbox. It sucks. So consolidate your thoughts if you're sending messages to someone. All right, that's one little tip. Then you asked, Pam says, can I show you my Excel using the keyword golden ratio? I have some questions. Can you show me what I'm doing wrong? Generally, I'm going to say no, thank you. All right. So if someone's asking me if I can do free work for them, I'm generally going to say no. Again, I'm flattered that someone wants to ask me questions, but I simply don't have the time anymore. And that's one of the reasons why I'm answering these questions, because at the root, Pam, you had some decent inquiries, right? You got some decent questions, and I'm like, all right, I see the value in that. The thing is, I want to scale what I'm doing, and the way to scale it is to answer questions so it helps more than one person. It's selfish of you, Pam, to, again, not directing it. I'm directing it to Pam Beasley, right? Not to you, the person that sent me the emails. So it's like one-on-one help, and it's not helping other people. So it's solely focused on you. But the point is, I see there's some value in the inquiries, right? And the questions you're asking, there's some value in there. Hence, that's why I'm doing it on this format, so that more people can learn from it. So that's what I'm doing. I replied back and I was like, hey, look, I can't do like free consulting. That's just not how, like, that doesn't work, right? If I did free consulting, I would stop doing any helpful things for other people and just not do it because I don't have to, right? So I would just stop doing it. So next thing I said, nah, but if you want to hire me for consulting, if it's a good match, if I can actually help you, I will do it. So I can direct you to the hire me page where you can get more information if you'd like. But I also said, I'm not suggesting that you hire me. I don't care if you hire me or not. But I'm just too busy to do free work, and I have to support my students and other people that I actually do consult because they pay me money. All right. So that's an aside. I did recommend that Pam go check out the frequently asked questions section because a lot of the things that Pam was asking, I literally have already answered and it's there. Pam wrote back in how quickly did I get that response back? Okay, within 7 minutes, Pam wrote back. That's fine. I understand. I guess I can shoot you a question about KGR calculations. Is that okay? And I was like, no, like I think we just covered that. No, that's not okay. Don't send me any more emails with questions. But um, Pam did say, hey, I'm not trying to get free consulting. Respect. Thank you, Pam, for mentioning that. I do need technical SEO help once I have the on page. Cool. I get it. Based on the exchange, I don't think it's a good fit for me to like work with you directly. Like if you wanted to hire me, I'd probably direct you to someone who does more technical on page stuff that you need help with. All right. So I probably am not the right person for it. But you asked further questions. So this is where we're getting into the meat of the content here. Pam says this: I followed your formula for the KGR and for alternate keywords, and I did a few for now. She attached it. I didn't look at it. It's not really necessary to make our points here. Pam says there are some search terms or H1 tags that I'm currently using on my site, and they are ranking at 5 or 6 or pretty good, right? Number 2, I think she even mentions. And then, and that means that the number is above 1. Oh, sorry, they're not ranking. They're not ranking at 5 or 6, but they are the KGR is 5 or 6 or 2 and it's over 1. And she says this. Um, Pam says, I read that the KGR, anything above 1 is bad, meaning it's too competitive. So I don't know where you read about the keyword golden ratio, but I've never said a value over 1 is bad. Okay. So I just want to make that clear. I've never said a value over 1 is bad. I'm just saying if you're trying to follow the keyword golden ratio, then 1 is more competitive. All right. It's more competitive. I don't know who said it was bad, but it wasn't me. I'm not saying that's correct or incorrect. I'm only saying I didn't say it. All right. So that is one point. And you're saying, is that correct? Do I have it right? I just want to learn how to use the tool. And that is a key distinction. If you're trying to use the tool, that is fantastic. It is a tool in your toolbox, say like a Phillips head screwdriver. So it's very useful. Stick with me on this analogy, folks. The keyword golden ratio is very useful, like a Phillips head screwdriver, because you could screw in, the screws that have, it's like the plus sign. It's not a flat head, you know what I'm saying? But if you try to use your Phillips head screwdriver to screw in a flat head, or let's say you have like an Allen wrench kind of fitting, or let's say you're trying to hammer in a nail and you're trying to use a Phillips head screwdriver, it's not going to work. So you have to understand like what you're trying to do and why. So if you're trying to use the wrong tool for the job, then it's not very helpful. And I see my good buddy Marty McLeod is in there. And for the person whoever put in their somebody put in a domain name there, Marty, can you just either kick the person out or just get rid of that message there if you have the ability to. Thanks. All right. So getting back to the point here. So if you have a KGR over 1, then it just means you have a KGR over 1. So one observation that I had in your spreadsheet, Pam, is that you're looking for monthly search volumes like all over the fucking place. You're not following the formula. There's like search volumes of like 22,000, 5,000, 1,600. You got to aim for under 250. All right. Under 250 is what we're talking about. Okay. And more questions here. More questions. Okay. The keywords I'm currently using that are above 1 are ranking in Google in the first few pages. So I wanted to understand how this matches with the KGR. The first formula is in the cells and the something something blah 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 and so on and so forth. So she is wondering, Pam is wondering why the keywords are ranking in Google and you haven't done backlinks and they don't fit the KGR. Well, it's probably because there's like useful information in there. I don't know. I don't have enough information to understand exactly why, but probably someone's searching for it and it's helpful information. You have like good content. So someone goes over there and they get good information. So that's cool. Um, let's see if there's anything else here. Okay, so I think I covered like the bulk of it. And the main idea here is if you find a KGR term that's over 1, but you believe it's a good term, you have looked at some of the information, other data out there, all the stuff that's available to you, and you've determined, hey, this could be a good piece of content, even though it doesn't fit the keyword golden ratio, go for it. That's cool. The other thing to remember is getting back into the rant portion, if you send me a message and it's sort of and you send me several emails, I'm like, "Oh, man, that's a bummer. I don't wanna get emails. I didn't I didn't start doing this stuff so that I could get a bunch of emails." So, I mean, I don't want emails, basically. So if you send me an email, I want it to be good. Now, especially this specific format, and I have to give it to Pam, she outsmarted me in this case big time because I was like, "Hey, I'm not gonna do I can't do free consulting. I just don't have the bandwidth or the interest or the need to even do it." So, like, I don't know, like, I don't know what to do with it. However, I was like, you know what? I'll just do a live stream. I was thinking about doing a live stream anyway. And then we end up here and I've answered your questions, Pam. So the point is, if you are using the keyword golden ratio, follow the rules of the keyword golden ratio. If you want to adapt it and do some other stuff, that's cool. If you're looking for like how to like if you're trying to apply or reverse engineer or see how your site's doing with the keyword golden ratio already and you find that hey you're ranking for some stuff with no backlinks, it doesn't fit the criteria, that's cool. It doesn't mean like you've done anything wrong, right? So if you're ranking, that's good, right? But it also doesn't mean that the keyword golden ratio doesn't work. It's just like you have other things going on with your site. There's so many factors out there. And the point is, you got a lot of tools in your toolbox. And if you're trying to use a Phillips head screwdriver to do everything, or as they say, everything looks like a nail if like all you have is the hammer, you're trying to just hammer everything in, you have to look at it a little bit differently. So Pam, I hope that was helpful. I hope I didn't come off like a big jerk. It's not my intent, although I don't deny that I may be a jerk. I'm going to try and do what I can, but yeah, I try and do what I can. All right. So as we're finishing up here, I would encourage people to use the keyword golden ratio as one of the tools that they use, not the only tool. I've never said I only publish content that follows the keyword golden ratio. That's bananas. I wouldn't do that anyway. And I never have, by the way. I would challenge folks to find something where I'm like, oh, it's the only way to go. It's the only thing to do. I've never said it. And someone was probably going to chop that little clip up, make it sound like I said that. All right, I'm going to take a look at the old chat. We have Pan, we have Justin's in here. What's going on? Hudson says, I found a KGR phrase, which blah, blah, blah. It has 4,000 searches. That's not a KGR. So that's cool though, because you're ranking number 1 or number 2. We have Gaz, we have Papan, we have Merrick, we have Kishore, who wrote a whole, I can't read all that, my man, or lady, unsure, or they, he, she, whatever. Just trying to include everyone. Tao, what's up? We got Marty, of course, and John. What's going on? Okay, just trying to get through here. Da, 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 da. Duke, what's up, man? And then we got Elliot. Elliot is inspired. Thanks. We got Linus. What's going on? And so on and so forth. All right, just trying to make sure there's no relevant questions in here that I missed. Don't forget, folks, I published a couple other videos today, and it's on the age site case study, which is pretty cool. And Elliot says you're in the course as well. That's awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so Zaylin says you're new. Excellent. We came in a weird day where I was kind of, I'm all full of piss and vinegar, as they say. So you find the KGR useful. Thank you for saying that. You have a zero search volume. Okay. That is that's so perfect, man, because I just published a case study by a success story, I guess, feature, Evan, right? So Evan, so if you just go to Niche Site Project, go to the blog section, the most recent post is literally about zero search volume. So go check that out. And we're going to get out of here. We're going to cut it off in 4 minutes. So top of the hour is what we're going to do. Elliot says, can he see my comments? Yes, I sure can. Dana, what's happening? Imran, I think I sent you an email recently. Gaz says, you can't thank us enough for thank you enough for giving the KGR and everything around it for free. You're welcome, Gaz. That is cool. Merrick says, KGR rank fast, blah, 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 but there's too many impressions. Should I bring outside traffic? Sure. Whatever. I don't know. Yeah, bring in more traffic. I mean, yeah, you want more traffic on your site. I think your question is, I think you want to ask something different, but yeah, more traffic is great. All right. Elliot says, please answer my question. I don't know what your question is. So put it in again. Sorry about that, Elliot. The chat is kind of, I don't know. It's kind of a piece of crap, in my opinion. All right. Okay. Ronak says, hello, Doug. Hi. Duke says, I've been a jerk so often that I think I will start a course. Yes, that is it. That is exactly it. Okay, cool. Hudson says, you have the all-in title worked out and so on and so forth. All right. Justin says, what's my take on the rule of 63, which I believe is KGR terms? I think you should test it for yourself. I think it's I don't think it works. To be honest with you, I don't think it works because if, it depends on so many factors. So I don't think it works for a brand new site. The KGR, if you stick to the formula, it does work. I think the rule of 63 can be fine for older sites that actually have more, authority and links and other stuff. We're going to wrap it up. We have 2 minutes left. All right, so I'm going to talk faster. Okay. Da, da, da. And thanks to all the moderators. That's the folks in blue. Their names are in blue. Imran says, is that video or text-based that you mentioned about Evan? That is text-based. All right. Okay, and I don't see Elliot's question in here, so I was kind of waiting around for that. I may hunt. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, so we got a lot of questions that are unrelated. I apologize. I'm not going to answer them. Nothing personal, just I got to do some other stuff. I got to do some other stuff. I'm going to head out to the old, co-working space, try and talk to some folks. Um, okay, Elliot says, is there someone somewhere you can DM me personally and tell you my niche? Okay, so Elliot, if you are in the course, that and I believe you said you're in the course, so all the information for contacting me is in the course. So I think probably based on my emotional response to receiving multiple emails today, I'm sure Pam is going to be like, screw you, Doug. Um, I don't want to work with you, which I totally understand. I think what happens over time is that my personality comes out more, which it pulls more people in, but it also repels the people like, rain on a duck's back away from me. So the people that find me unhelpful, or maybe I'm putting a lot of pressure on you, the good people in the audience, because I want you to do homework ahead of time before you ask me questions. I want you to come to me with good questions. And the main reason is very selfish. One, I want to, oh, Georgie's scratching down here. You guys see that? Hey, girl. Hey, what's going on? Hold on. There we go. There you go, Georgie. Hold on. You're part of this too, girl. Want to go for a walk soon? All right, this is getting derailed because Georgie wants to go for a walk. So anyway, the point is, I want to put like high pressure on um, like the viewers and the readers and the listeners, because you can do it. You can find a lot of information on your own, and a lot of it is like really, it's really already out there, and you just have to kind of look for it. So when you do that research ahead of time, you may still have these same exact questions, but you're going to ask like deeper ones, probably. Okay. All right, I'm gonna take a quick look at some of these others here. Pierre, what's up? Elliot, you started a site, but for some reason you're getting cold feet and you're not confident. Cool. Yeah, basically that is normal, and it doesn't go away. So that is something you can get used to. Gaz says, "Oh yeah, this is perfect. Thank you for throwing this in." He asks, "Can you design me a website for a profitable niche for free, please?" So that's perfect. That is a lot of the questions that we get. Um, Ronik says something, something, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Okay. Tanya says, what is the post on the zero search volume? What's the name of it? I don't know. It's like the most recent one. I don't remember. I think it says like zero search volume. There's zero search volume is written in there. So you should be able to find it there. Tanya. Ronik says, what kind of article should I target for my new website? Um, blah, blah, blah. What kind of articles? I guess I would go for the perfect Amazon review format in there. People are asking for some stuff, and it looks like everybody has helped out. So I appreciate it, everyone. I hope that was helpful. And I'll mention, I'm going to give a little plug to my buddy over at WP Eagle. That's Alex. He does live streams like every Wednesday, I believe. And I popped over there this past Wednesday during the live stream, and there were like almost 100 people on. It'd be super cool if and he actually mentioned, hey, it'd be cool to get 100. So if you don't follow Alex yet, go to WP Eagle, check it out. Actually, I did a keyword golden ratio masterclass with Alex, so there's good information there. And you potentially can check out his live stream where he goes through and like looks at people's sites and stuff like that. Okay, thanks a lot, folks. We are out of here. Everyone have a good weekend, and yeah. All right. Cool. And thanks for the moderators. You guys do a really good job, and I couldn't do these live streams without you. So thank you very much.